stuff. If you're playing a good high-level opponent as the UK, you're gonna get destroyed if he gets that quick anti-air out. So sometimes to beat someone that's also as skilled as you need to do weird kind of play styles to get them off their game, get them off their assumptions, and beat them. So maybe next time you play them, they'll say, oh, I remember that fake air. You sent that fake air and he killed me with those tanks. So maybe next time they end up playing as a different country and they go a different route, and you beat them with that air the next time around. Just getting into your opponent's head a bit. Even if the attack doesn't work, at least you can fall back to your airfield, and they're still turtling, so you're still okay. You can use your ruse card and camouflage net, and you can get those air units back up and start going back to the old UK strategy. But at least that early game push could win you the game, or at least cripple the opponent very badly by the time they get anti-tanks out, and you could have the win in a couple minutes as you mass that air up and start pushing some more as the harass starts. So like I said, not the greatest unit, the cruiser, but it's good if you need that quick unit to get out there in the field and actually do some damage as soon as possible. The next unit is the Cromwell 827. It's $50 upgrade. It's only got 300 extra meters for the anti-tank gun. It only does 25, 20, 12, 8, 5 damage for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 armor. Not that great. It does the same speed, I believe, as the cruiser, and it only does +3 to infantry, buildings, and trucks in that attack. And it only has 2 extra armor. To me, for $50, and I believe was it $5 extra, and the $5 extra for $55 just to pump out a unit with extra armor, not that big of a deal to me. Its range is larger, yes, by 50 meters, but 50 meters is not a big deal. If the opponent blitzes you, you're pretty much in trouble already. If they blitz you, you're gonna get that gap's gonna close instantly. So upgrading for $50, I would not do it in my opinion. It's just not worth it to me. British is too light, or in the armor department, and to me it's just not worth it, because you'd have to make so many of these for them to be effective, that spending the extra money is just not worth it to me. So I would not recommend getting the Cromwell. Next is the Matilda. The Matilda does not need any research to get. It's got the exact same range, the exact same damage as the cruiser. In every single category it's got the exact same stuff, but it's got 3 armor. So if you're going for a push, a basic push, then yes, make the Matilda. It's only $5 more. You can make 3 or 4 of these Matildas, pump them out, and really the Matilda is only an absorption unit. It's only made, in my opinion, to take the attack force. Maybe if you're facing an Italian player or a German player and they have 88s or 90s on the field, and they're shooting you with those 88s and 90s, you want those Matildas to take that 88 fire or 90 fire and absorb it. If you lose them, not a big deal. If you make 3 or 4, maybe 5, 6, whatever, if you make a few, those Matildas are only, in my opinion, made to absorb the attack, especially from those AA units that also do AT. They're meant to absorb and distract the enemy as you carpet bomb him or fighter bomb him from above. So the Matilda will take those 88s and 90s and they'll take that fire. And yes, maybe if there's 2 or 3 88s on the field or 90s on the field and they one-shot your first Matilda, if you have 3 or 4 and they one-shot and then you carpet bomb the opponent with a payload, or just send a couple fighter bombers and take those 88s out, well, you just spent $25 on a Matilda, but you also just took $80 to $120 in AAAT from that opponent in one attack. So by far that is worth it. If you can get that big a difference in money exchange, it is very, very worth it, especially against a German or Italian player. Like I said, the Matilda is only an absorption unit. It's only your heavy just to take on unit attacks as you send other units like your air especially to do the rest of the work. It's only, to me, a distraction unit or a unit that will just take that 88 fire and as you can bomb it to make it easier on yourself. Because attacking 88s head on, unless you have like 6 or 7 fighter bombers, you won't win, because every single plane you send, if they're slow, are going to get instantly two-shotted and dropped. The next plane will get two-shotted and dropped. The next plane. So you just need to keep either send 7 at once and then drop the 88s, but you can still take some significant damage, or just let that heavy tank take all the brute force and then push with those planes while it's reloading, and drop your payload on top of them. And especially if you're sending a couple bombers with your Matildas and they take that 88 fire, that 90 fire, then you drop that payload, you can usually take out infantry, AT guns at the exact same time. So you've also taken out a ton of more units that you don't expect to take out just because the 88 started shooting at your Matilda. So it's always a good idea to make Matildas only for those situations where you need a unit just to take fire while your other units do the work, just because the unit's cheap and it doesn't do a whole lot as a tank. So the only purpose is just to pretty much die. That's the only point I would build Matildas for, is if I need a unit just to die or distract while I'm doing something else, either backdoor or a bombing run. That's the only thing I use it for. And sorry guys, my voice is sort of going on me. Just been playing a ton of StarCraft 2 and been on vent chat and stuff, so my voice is sort of going. Okay, so now we have the AT2 PDR. It's $10 anti-tank gun. Not that great. This is also a sort of if you're going, I guess if you're going against another UK player, you could do that whole tank strategy I was talking about. But it wouldn't work. Well, I guess it could work, just due to the fact that if you go air or fake air and your opponent goes air and you push with those tanks, once those planes land, you can actually take out those planes with your tanks. That could work, but it could backfire, especially if you're playing a UK player and he goes for bombers and then sends a bombing run your way, and then you're pretty much GG, since all your stuff will be destroyed. Riskier against a UK player, but still a viable strategy possibly, since the fact that their AT is very, very weak. So the AT2, it's got a range of 450 meters. It does 300 damage to trucks, so I believe it can just pretty much one-shot a truck. It does a 50 to light or level 1 armor, 25 to 2, 20 to 3, 12 to 4, and 8 to 5. So pretty much this unit's only an early game unit. That's all it's used for. It's just used for early tank rushes or maybe early tank or base defense against tank rushes. That's pretty much it. That's all I would use it for. I believe it can quickly deploy, which is pretty good. But for late game or mid-late game, I would not use it. As you can see, it says only good against light and medium vehicles. That surprise would help, but that's pretty much it. The next unit, the brand new AT-17. No, I'm just joking. The next unit, the AT-17 PDR, a little bit better. It's $50 upgrade. It does 50 more meters. It does 100 more damage to trucks, but it also does double damage to light and to level 1 and level 2 tanks. So that's 150 damage to level 1 and level 2s. It only does 25, 20, and 12 to 3, 4, 5s. So like I said, not that great. You have to have a bunch of these in the woods, and you have to have a bunch of these shooting at one target at the same time. So pretty much you're going to have to focus fire your tanks, focus fire your AT at one tank and take it out, the next, the next, and the next, due to the fact that they don't do heavy damage against anything above a 3. So unless you're facing a mass light tank rush, then they'll pretty much wipe out all the light tanks in one shot and you'll be okay from there. The next unit is the Archer. I hate this unit so much. The Archer to me is just a big waste of money. It's $10. It's upgraded for $25. Yeah, it's cheap.